There's a dark truth in the AI automation space that no guru is willing to talk about because it will lose them money. 6 months ago, I fell into this trap myself, and my goal with this video is just to share my brutally honest story so you can avoid making the same mistakes I did. So, before all of the AI hype started, I already was working as a software engineer. Thanks to that, I was quickly exposed to ChatGPT and other AI tools long before they were mainstream. But a 9 to 5 was never really for me. I'm not saying it's something bad, but because of my character, I always wanted to build something that other people will use every day, making a bunch of money and having the freedom I craved so much. To do that, I knew it can't be a 9 to 5, so I needed a different vehicle to get where I wanted to go. So I jumped into AI automation without knowing what I was actually getting myself into. Here's what nobody tells you. Technology moves fast, like stupid fast. There's this thing called the law of accelerating returns. Basically, the more we innovate, the faster we innovate. Think about it. It took us 1,900 years to invent the car, then only 120 more years to make them drive themselves. 20 years ago, we barely had phones. Now look at what we have. So when gurus are teaching you N8 templates or AI automation workflows, they are teaching you tools that will be outdated in 6 months. The whole game changes every few months, week even in the AI space. New tools, new platforms and new AI models keep being developed as you watch this video. You become a hamster on a wheel, constantly learning the next shiny tool instead of actually building a business. But here's what they are not telling you. There are underlying principles that never change. The tool is just a vehicle to solve a problem. That's it. N8N, Make, Zapier, they are all just different cars getting you to the same destination. In a market this dynamic, you need to be willing to unlearn and learn constantly. Not get married to one tool. What you actually need is to understand the underlying tech principles and problem-solving skills. Because those don't change. Those are your foundation. But here's the real problem, and this is the hard pill most people don't want to swallow. If you're not technical, you are already behind. Yes, I said it. Now, I know what you're thinking. I will just find a technical partner. Yeah, good luck finding someone you trust enough to hand your entire business and future to. You're now 100% dependent on one person. If they leave, your business collapses overnight. You can't make a single decision without them. If a client has a question or requests a change, you have no idea if it takes 2 hours, 2 weeks, or if it's even possible. You can't tell if they are doing great work or a complete garbage. Basically what you do, you're just hoping they are not scamming you. Every client call becomes a potential disaster. Sure, your tech partner can join the call, but when the client asks you a question about the solution or the strategy, you freeze up and look at your partner like a lost puppy. You lose all credibility right there. You become a middleman with no real value, just a salesperson who can't even explain what they are selling. You can't scale, you can't hire a team, you can't evaluate anyone's work. You're building your entire business on someone else's brain. And that's not really a partnership, that's a dependency. And dependencies are dangerous in business. I had a coding background when I started, understood what actually happening under the hood. But most people jumping into AI automation, they've never coded, never built anything online. They are just copying and pasting templates from some course. And the gurus tell them, don't worry guys, it's all no code, anyone can do it. Yeah, like that's bullshit. Imagine this. You're trying to run an agency, talking to clients about building them solutions, but you have no idea how anything actually works. Selling N8N templates you don't understand. You're that boss nobody respects. The one who can't answer basic questions. The one who gets exposed the moment something goes wrong. That's not a business, that's a house of cards. Here's what I learned the hard way. something that makes you confident in what you do and preach, you need to understand how to build. Not copy templates, not resell someone else's workflow. Actually build solutions from the ground up. Because here's the thing about AI right now. Learning to build software has never been easier. You have ChatGPT acting like a personal tutor 24/7 for $20 a month. You have AI coding tools that write code for you. The barrier to entry is gone, but you still need to put in the work to understand how things actually work. Because when you do, you're not dependent on the next guru course. You're not stuck when NA10 gets replaced by the next tool. You can build whatever you need. You can hire a team and actually know what they are talking about. You can create real products that generate recurring revenue. That's the actual opportunity. But here is the next mistake I see people make. They try to launch a consumer product right out of the gate. Let me tell you why this is one of the dumbest things you can do when starting out. First, you're paying for everything out of your pocket. Server costs, hosting fees, API costs, it all adds up fast. Before you make a single dollar, you're wasting a bunch of money. Second, the market is completely saturated. You have to compete with thousands of consumer apps, solving the same exact problems, just in a bit different way. Third, you need to market to tens of thousands of people to get any traction. You are fighting for attention against established brands with massive marketing budgets. And here's the thing, it's incredibly hard to explain what ROI is to consumers. They are not making money with your tool, it's just solving their problem so they feel better. You need to be a psychology genius to convince them to pull out their credit card for something that doesn't directly put money in their pockets. You're basically trying to psych people into buying. Good luck with that. So here's what you should do instead. Start with B2B. When you sell to businesses, everything changes, trust me. First, you can bill all software costs to clients or put them on a retainer and hide the costs in there plus your fee. Second, you make way more per deal. A business will pay 5K, 10K, 20K or even more for a solution that either saves them time or makes them money. You need way less customers to hit your goals. Third, finding a business is actually easy. They are way less protected than consumers. There's no crazy GDPR stuff. You can literally scrape websites, find leads, and reach out directly to them. The data is just there for you to go and get it. Fourth, you don't need to go viral. You don't need millions of views on brain-rot platforms. With B2B, you just need to crack one hair-on-fire problem for a specific type of business. And here's the biggest advantage. You can sell before you build. Yeah, not after, before you build anything. Talk to businesses, understand their problems, sell them the solution, get paid, then build it. But here's what most people miss. B2B is your starting point, not your destination. You're not trying to build an agency where you are stuck doing custom work forever. That is just another job. Here's the real play. You start with B2B to validate. You find a problem, you solve it for one client, then another. You're getting paid to learn. You're getting paid to build. That solution you just built and validated, that's your MVP. Now you productize it. You turn that custom solution into an actual product, an app that solves that same problem for hundreds or thousands of businesses. You go from custom fulfillment to recurring revenue, from trading time for money to building something that is really scalable. That's how you get the freedom we all crave. B2B gets you there, but the end goal is the product. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what I preach and build these apps while sharing everything on this channel so you avoid the mistakes and pain I'm about to go through. Look, every guru out there is selling the same thing. They just keep changing the name. Last month it was AI workflows, this month it's AI agents, next month it will be something else. It's all the same. but I'm actually building these things. See, I've already done this for clients, build AI solutions for businesses through my agency and scale it to 6 figures. I know the B2B game. I know what works and what doesn't work, but it didn't make me fulfilled. So now it's the time to take a big bet on myself and build the dream. Based on what I learned in my agency and all of the solutions I've built for my clients, I will take this knowledge and turn it into my products, my own apps. Things that run without me being stuck in the meetings. And I'm doing this publicly. All of it. The wins, failures, pivots, lessons. I want to show you the entire process. Not some polished story after I've already made it. The real thing in real time. I'm building these apps to get what I've wanted since day one. Work from wherever I want, work whenever I want, and work with who I want. That is the dream, and that's where I'm going. And I'm going there whether you follow along or not. But if you want to see how someone actually does this, goes from builder to business owner, from client work to scalable products, from stuck to free, then stick around. I will share everything. The apps I built, strategy behind them, client acquisition systems, everything. Giving you a complete roadmap to get there. Because the AI space is moving fast. The gurus are selling you the dream of N8 and workflows, and someone needs to show you what actually works. Now you decide, are you just going to watch or are you ready to build something real?